Alright, so just making a quick video today. How many of you guys have done this? How many of you have sheared off one of these studs for the fuel pump housing? Well, I think it's a fairly common problem. You got to be careful with these. They're small, and my issue was that I kept using my power ratchet on them, and I think I just finally broke one. So anyways, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 are okay. We're going to treat those carefully, but we're going to try and repair this one, and we're going to try it in a way that hopefully works. I'm not sure if it will, so keep watching this video to see how it pans out. But we're going to take a closed end rivnut and we're going to install it in that position and put a screw in instead. Now, my only concern is that the flange of this rivnut might actually push the housing up enough to make it not seal, but we're going to try it anyway. So I'm not going to show you guys how to take the pump out. If you watch some of my previous videos, which I'll try to put in the description link, you can see how the pump's in and out. We're just going to focus on putting this rivnut in and not dropping a bunch of shavings, metal shavings, when we drill the hole out into the fuel tank. Alright, so I got the fuel pump out. I'm a bit hesitant to do this because, to be honest, there's a lot more fuel in the tank than I thought. Even though my gauge said I was low, I think maybe the siphon works too good. And this side of the tank is full, the other side of the tank is probably not that full. But anyways, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this center punch. We're going to punch a little hole on the top of that threaded fastener so that the drill bit stays centered when I drill it out. So let's go do that first. Okay, so this is a spring-loaded center punch, which means that all I got to do is push down on it. And it's going to create a little dimple there in the center for my drill bit. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some paper towels in my hand and kind of put them on the backside while I drill this out, and put some grease on the drill bit to catch the shavings so I don't get them in the tank. I also toyed with the idea of sticking a magnetic tray up in here, but I don't know how I'm going to hold it in place. So let's see how this goes, and we'll try it out. Alright, so now I've got it reamed out pretty good. I filed down the edges a little bit. I've checked the bottom of the tank. It doesn't seem to have any dirt in or anything in there. What we'll do is we'll run it for a while and check the filter sock later if there's an issue, just to double check. And let's go ahead and put that rivnut in there. So we've got a rivnut in there, got a rivnut gun, or a tool I should say. Get the sucker cinched down. Well, there you see, we've put a nice rivnut in there. This is pretty sketchy. I wouldn't recommend this to anyone, to be honest. But if you're hell-bent on figuring it out, try this and see. I'm going to see if it works for me. We're going to seal this back up and check in a couple weeks to see how it did. We'll check the filter sock and make sure it's not clogged with anything. We should be good to go. Oh, there's a little piece right there, actually. Alright, so as you can see, that shiny brass looking piece is the rivnut. We've successfully installed the rivnut in the hole. You can see the brass shiny piece. Got a 6mm bolt because this was a 6mm rivnut. See, it threads in there quite nice. We will tighten this down, button the fuel pump up, and go for a drive. So thanks for tuning in for that quick fix. Like I said, honestly wouldn't recommend this to anyone. You might want to do that very carefully. Make sure your tank is drained a lot more than mine is. And good luck. Bye.
The next day.
Alright, so I thought I ended the video, but I gotta stop trying to end the video in the last clip. Especially since I hadn't put everything back together and I didn't really know if what I had done had fixed everything. But unfortunately, it didn't fix everything. It smells hardcore like gas in here, and that's because the seal to the gas tank is still not working. So I went, after I put it all back together, and I went to the gas station and topped it off. I left the back seat out so I could pull the cover and just see if there were any leaks. And sure enough, around the whole round seal, the tank was leaking. So when I did take the pump out, I noticed that the seal had a nice indent in it from the lip of the tank, and I guess it's just worn. It's just so old now. The car's 12 years old, by the way, guys. I've owned it since new. I've taken this pump out some number of times. I can't even count. And maybe it's just time to replace the seal. So we're leaving the rivnut in there, obviously, and I think that's helpful. But it looks like we need a new seal too, so I'm going to go order one of those. In fact, actually, I did it last night, so this is the next day. I actually ordered 2 of them, just in case. We're going to put one in and try some new things in another video, and hopefully that works. But so here's the real end of the video. Tune in for more. Hopefully we'll fix this issue so I can really drive the car. Right now, my garage stinks of gasoline as the tank is seeping because it's full. And it'll probably take a week to get that gas out again, and I have to drive it to get some of it out. So tune back in for more when we finally fix the problem. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. Bye.